We're back on this menu because we need to check out that letter Huey gave us. And you would think it's in the database. It's not. It's in R&D. So normally this is where you pick what weapon you want to develop. I've developed all of them. We can also take a look at the vehicles we've captured. Such as, again, the LAV-G that we fought multiple times. We get some lore on them and we can look at their models and such. But what we want to go to is Other, which is actually where our database of things is at. This is Huey's letter to Strangelove, entrusted to Snake. He made it clear he didn't want it to be read. Of course we read it. Oh, that's really blurry. Hey, long time no see, huh? Sorry for writing to you out of the blue like this. I've been trying to get in touch, but, you haven't been answering. Was it something I said, maybe? If so, I apologize. There's something I want to tell you, so I decided to put it in a letter. I mean, obviously this isn't the best time at all, but, I was kind of curious about your research and stuff. Speaking of which, how's the pod coming along? I was wondering whether that program I wrote was working out. This is OS. Only the two of us together could have done it. If not, always, okay. For my own peace of mind, the program was feeling alright. I guess you wouldn't really say the program has feelings, would you? Ha ha ha. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. Anyway, I was meaning to tell you something for the longest time. I've been thinking back to when we first met at NASA. Those were fun times, living the dream together, getting to work all the time with the science we loved. Ever since, I held your research in the highest esteem. You're a wonderful person. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. I'm stuttering in my written letter. When you disappeared from NASA all of a sudden, I was devastated. That's when it finally dawned on me. I need you for, my research? I mean, no, well, yes, well, oh. Anyway, when I saw you again in Costa Rica, I could hardly believe it. I thought maybe it was divine intervention or something, like it was written somewhere it meant to be like this. You and me, the two of us from now on, just you and me doing research together. I mean, not just research, but, well, there is the research, of course, but the research can have so many different meanings, can it? I'm rambling again. Oh, sorry. We don't have much time left. When Peace Walker's finished, that's it, right? That's the end of the project. So, what I'm trying to say is, Peace Walker's kind of like something like to create it together, And when it's finished, then we'll, I know we're not done yet. I need to finish it first, right? Yeah, until we do. I just hope you won't disappear on me like you did last time. Sorry for taking up so much of your time. I wish you the best of luck with your research. Your dear, friend, Huey. Yeah, so Huey's a little fucking Poindexter. He writes ellipses and stutters into his letter. What a fucking dweeb. Anyway, let's go to the mission selector. We gotta look for a man in an orange vest and listen for a Quetzal.
Snake, to gain access to the lab, you'll need an ID card. You can get one from a guard in an orange jacket stationed in an area where you can hear Quetzal singing. To get the ID card from the soldier, do a body check. You've got to get inside that lab before the AI gets shipped
Basically,
out.
hold a dude up and pat him down. Let's go to our briefing files, though, because let's talk to Cecile. Let's see. Here we go. So why is Cecile in this game? Well, it's because she's named after one of the Konami staff at the time. But why would they name someone after that person? Well,
never heard the name Cosima before. Then again, I don't know many people from France. Is it a common name?
No, not that common. But Wagner's second wife was named Cosima Francesca Gaetana Wagner.
Huh.
Kojima is a common last name in Japan.
oh, is it?
It's just funny how,
Does Kaminade sound like anything Japanese as well, Kaz?
So close to Kojima. It feels like destiny unfolding.
You think so?
Oui, oui. That's a beautiful name you have. Cecile Cosima Caminades. Wait a second. Cecile Cosima Caminades. Cosima Caminades. Hey, that's close to...
Close to what?
Your name. It sounds almost like the sentence Kojima Caminandes in Japanese.
Oh, what would
And
that
what does it
mean?
s'il vous plaît?
Well, Kami is the word for God in Japanese.
Yeah?
Nandesu. Well, it's hard to explain, but placed after God, it would turn the sentence into, is God.
Okay, so?
Kojima is God. Cecile's name is a message. I don't believe it. Kojima is God. Kojima is God.
Kaz?
Yeah. That's why this character exists. Hey, Miller, you want to talk about, like, talk about your upbringing.
March 10th, 1945. 381,300 cluster bombs were dropped on Tokyo. Japanese houses at the time were almost all made of wood. In that single day, a third of Tokyo burned to the ground. My mom lost her family and home in that raid. She had to move to Yokosuka and live with her cousin. The B-29s kept on coming, razing other major cities throughout Japan without mercy. Then, in August, they dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and
What a stark contrast from the
Japan
prior call,
surrendered to
huh?
the United States
But in
at
case you
last.
forgot, yeah,
After that, Yokosuka
Miller,
was flooded with
he's half
American soldiers
Japanese.
come to occupy the country.
So
My mother was still in her
there is
mid-teens,
at least, like,
and she learned from her cousin
a
how to survive in that town
reason?
by servicing the troops.
Oh.
That's how she met my father and how I was born.
There's at least
My
a reason
father
he
was an
brings up
officer serving with
the
government
fact that
section of
Cecile's
Allied
name sounds
GHQ
like
under General
Kojima
Whitney.
is God in
Whitney was known
Japanese.
as MacArthur's shadow, and my father rode his coattails to a pretty high rank. While he was in Japan, he treated my mom like a wife. After he went back to the States, though, she never heard from him. I wasn't born until after he went back. My mom raised me as a single mother. She used the money my father left her to open a shop selling cigarettes and stuff to occupation troops. It was a decent living, but I didn't have citizenship. They're working to change the law now, but back then if your father was unknown, you couldn't get onto the Japanese family register. And in Japan, that means you can't be Japanese. So as I watched the American soldiers around town, I said to myself, I'm a son of America, the victor. My hair and eyes were different from the skinny, downtrodden Japanese around me. I told myself I'd leave this country someday.
Which is weird,
and
because
return to my
half
true
Caucasian, half Japanese
When I
people
was
in real
around
life
10 years
don't
old,
generally have
my
blonde
mom
hair and
fell
blue
ill,
eyes.
pretty much leaving me to run the shop in her place. One day I found a single picture of my
But,
father
you know,
in the
we
back
live
of a
in
drawer in the shop. I
Metal
showed it
Gear
to the American
Land.
soldiers who came into the store. A few years went by before one of them told me who he was. I know him, that's Miller. I started asking other guys, do you know where Miller is now? Can anybody tell me where Colonel Miller is now? Turns out he'd left the service and was making a living as an instructor for soldiers in Virginia. It was one of his students who finally told me that. I wrote him a letter in English. I'm your son. I want to go to the United States. Day after day I waited. Then just when I was about to give up, the post office delivered my future to the door. My father sent me some money. I thought my dream was going to come true. I was only thinking of myself. So I went to my bedridden mother and convinced her to let me go. My father arranged for a car to pick me up. It was jet black. When the neighborhood kids who'd always made fun of my hair saw it, their jaws practically hit the ground. I put my mom in a hospital and went on my own to America. When I met my father for the first time, he was living alone in a big house. He told me he'd lost his son, his American son, in Vietnam.
Oh, no.
He showed me a picture of my older brother. I guess that and his divorce left my father feeling lonely, which is probably why he finally took an interest in me. He'd retired from teaching. He was stooped over, could hardly walk, but he gave me two things: the name Miller and money for school. I used it to learn English and then go to college. America was exhausted from years of fighting in Vietnam.
Yeah, it didn't go well
They
for
were
us.
waging war in a foreign land, while at home, people were screaming for peace.
Yep.
Right after I graduated, I went back to Japan, alone. My father refused to see my mom. It was the first time I'd seen her in years, and she wouldn't even look at me. At first, I thought she was mad at me, but that wasn't it. Disease had taken her mind.
Oh, no.
A disease she got while she was young and desperate.
Oh.
She didn't even know who I was. I said, Mom, it's me, Kazuhira. As I spoke, the sound of my own voice rang in my ears. Katsuhira, the name my mom gave me. It means peace in Japanese. I was Japanese. At least, I was the son of this tiny Japanese woman. It was then, for the first time, that I understood the reason, the emotion that inspired my mother to give me that name. She'd watched her hometown and family go up in flames. Her body and her mind were ravaged by war. And yet she chose to have a child named Peace, with a man who was once her enemy. Japan lost the war. But what good is war as a measure of a country? Since the war and up until the oil shock last year, Japan's economy has grown every single year. It's on its way to becoming a stronger country than ever.
Yeah, man, and by this point, hey, anime hadn't even really taken hold in the West yet.
I was 22 at the time. I did it to pay our bills. But it wasn't just that. I could have found work anywhere. And I knew it. And still, I couldn't think of anything else to do with myself. 2 years later, I didn't have to worry about Mom's hospital bills anymore. I left the JSDF and went back to the States. My father was already dead and buried. I was told he'd shot himself in the head. America crushed Japan, but it also crushed my father. My American dream was over. After that, I drifted around and, well, you know the rest. GHQ made women like my mother. It made Japan's peace constitution and the JSDF. And it made me. I was spawned by war, but I don't want to die in one. I won't die for a country, and I won't live like a pauper. I won't have my fate decided by some family register. So as long as I stick with you, boss, I've got a good feeling none of that will happen.
So, the reason I went with the Cecile call first is because, you know, it's very self-indulgent, and it seems completely out of pocket until you remember, oh, right, Miller's half Japanese, and that's a large part of his character in this game. And I wanted to go to this one because as self-indulgent as the Cecile radio call is, Miller's entire character and backstory are really fascinating. Not just is he, you know, obviously, oh my gosh, he's, you know, a Metal Gear character, and his life has been defined and affected by war. Wow, so unique. But the unique part of it is that Metal Gear is obviously a very Japanese game, made by a Japanese studio in Japan, Japanese director, but is very inspired by American movies and is very popular in America, in the West in general, but very specifically, America likes Metal Gear the most when you look at the sales demographics and such. And Miller in this game, even though it like kind of retcons stuff from before, I really like Miller's story, and I really like Miller as a character in this game because of what they do with him. Because, and again, you know, the boss fought in World War II. The End fought in World War II. The Cobras, you know, World War II. The world was split into two, and the Snake we play as in this game, Naked Snake, lives in a world defined by that war. Now, of course, America and Japan were enemies in World War II. I don't have to give you a history lesson. Everyone knows what happened there. Well, it is 2025 America, so maybe not everyone knows what happens, but I hope you watching, you get the idea. You get why that's interesting. It's a very unique idea to have a character who, yeah, by his own admission, was kind of shaped by the clash between the U.S. and Japan, to put it lightly, during World War II. And as such, you know, as he said, he didn't feel Japanese, but he didn't feel American. In Japan, he was too American to be Japanese, but in America, even to his own father, you know, he was too Japanese. He doesn't have a place to fit in. So I think he's a really interesting character, and I wanted to listen to that. And we'll listen to more of his calls later on, but particularly that one. And I just want to say, I really like Kaz in this game. And like, keep that in mind for future Kaz? Because they kind of just throw all of that out. They take what is a fascinating character with a fascinating reason for, like, you know, okay, why is Snake part of this, you know, ideology of not having a country? Well, because he was betrayed by the U.S., and he's only really good at fighting, and he still, by this point, you know, he's his heart's in the right place, but
where your target is located. Keep your ears open.
You know, he's still kind of lost. He's still kind of trying to discover himself. And he, by this point, again, you know, he went back to the U.S. and left it again. So it makes sense that he and Miller would be sort of, like, drawn to each other in that way. And it just makes the two very fascinating. And it really sucks because, yeah, again, it's 2025. It's hindsight. We all know Phantom Pain is going to happen. We all know I'm going to play through that game. And without getting into the plot of that yet, I'm just going to say that I really don't like what they did with Snake in that game. Like, he's not the charismatic. You know, we're joking on Snake's inability to tell a solid lie. I get it, solid lie in this game. But he's at least, you know, trying to smooth talk his way with everyone that we're stealing and forcing to be our radio support. He's still charismatic. In a way, his bad lies that are easy to see through show that, you know, at his core, he's still an honest man. He hasn't completely lost himself yet. None of these guys have orange vests, so it's definitely none of these dudes. But yeah, I like the dynamic between Snake and Miller in this game. I like it a lot. I genuinely like it a lot. And it's very, very upsetting to me what they do with Snake in Phantom Pain, and even more upsetting what they do with Miller, because all of his charisma, all of the interesting stuff about being, like, you know, torn with being, you know, half American, half Japanese, and... Shut up, Kaz! Even though I'm complimenting you, shut up. I am trying to explain the game mechanics and the game story, and you keep trying to do it for me. But yeah, it's upsetting. It's very upsetting because I really, really like what they do with him in this game, and it just makes Phantom Pain Kaz. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to play these in a way that I'm putting myself back to 2010, and I'm not going to give too many big spoilers or talk about too many current events or whatever, but because of where this game is in the timeline and when it came out, it's difficult to completely ignore the elephant in the room of, oh man, this is really cool. A shame they're gonna fuck it all up. Kaz will never be this interesting ever again. He's gonna become a very one-note character the next time we see him, which is just upsetting. But for now, he has a lot of interesting stuff. And again, even the self-indulgent nature of the Cecile name, at least he's using, you know, his Japanese heritage, his knowledge of Japanese. Like, it's not like someone completely random said it. It's like, well, no, he, you know, Japanese was his first language. Like, so yeah, he would notice things like that. So, you know, it's still self-indulgent and I don't love it. But whatever. That's Peace Walker, though. That is Peace Walker. This is like kind of the best Metal Gear game, but oh man, context and time make some of these things very questionable. Somebody there? Nope. Nothing. Let's just deal with you. Again, no orange vests yet. All ghillie suits and green dudes. We don't even need to mess with him. I don't like what they did with insert anything here. Yeah, like I said, I've seen people go back to this. I've seen multiple Twitch stream and video titles that are like either refer to this game as the beginning of the end or the game that Phantom Pain wishes it could be. And it's kind of funny to me. That guy's got an orange vest. Just because of how it's like, yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? It kind of is just like, going back, you know, when this game first came out and it was kind of a fresh start, it was kind of another soft reboot. It was kind of like perfect, like 11 out of 10. Even stuff like the... Yep. By the way, there's no difficulty select in this game. Different missions have different difficulties. So normally this is something they would do that would be like kind of cute on higher difficulties, where you might have noticed, you can hear the Quetzal here if you really listen, but he's the only guy who has an orange vest. This is a thing where other Metal Gear games on like a higher difficulty would be kind of cute, like what they do with everyone becomes Ames and his location is randomized on the higher difficulties of MGS2. A higher difficulty version of this mission would have everyone in orange vests. And like, but no, just, I don't know, it's weird. It's a little odd that it's just, oh no, it's that guy. It is the one man with an orange, I keep saying vest, it's a jacket, but still. Yeah, I don't know, this game's really weird. Because the essence of things to come is really obvious. But it's, oh man, moment to moment. It feels like I'm playing a slightly better version of MGS3. I don't have as much I can do with CQC, but I've got like a billion wacky weapons. All kinds of silly uniforms. I can now crouch walk and fire over the shoulder. Yeah, it's not quite as good as MGS3 in a lot of ways, but like just sneaking around in these little areas and messing with dudes. Look, they all stay held up. You know, it feels very Metal Gear. It's very good. And then again, well, you know, McDonald Miller, Master Miller, was already a character. Well, we didn't see him in the early days, so we get reintroduced to him. And even though there's some retcons, they added some nuance to his character. They added some additional charisma we don't really get before. Which, when you see Miller in MGS1, yes, I know it's Liquid, but Liquid's impersonation of Miller is so good that no one suspects him. So he must be spot on with it. And he's like this really casual, cool guy that's like, Snake, you need to trust your instincts as a gamer. Also, the cutscenes are long as shit, so make sure you have a snack. Don't stay up playing video games too late. Anyway, Alaskan field mice. Like, you know, he's still a cool guy. So when you see this version of him, where he's a little more emotional, but still, like, has a lot of swagger and a lot of, like, aura to him, it's like, okay, I could buy that. So then it sucks when they strip all of that away from him in the next appearance of the character. Literally all of it. It's weird, because then it's like, how does he go back to being cool?
Excellent. It's open.
Check this out. We're going to get the 2 stone statues and get the door to the past. We're going to play the Lost World level and see the mural of perfect chaos and get a flashback with Tikal. Oh no, we're going to get a cutscene. Well, Tikal might be here. It's Golshi!
It can't be.
Yeah, it's Goldship! Look, it's a white horse! Oh my god, Goldship! What?
Boss.
And who might you be?
Oh my god, a lady. Oh, what's going on? So much is happening all of a sudden.
Strange love, I presume.
I've been waiting. Snake.
Oh, now you've been waiting?
Yes, waiting without joy or pleasure.
Joy?
Waiting for the one I despise.
Don't move.
Don't move. You men and your guns. You all say the same thing.
Hey, that's kind of like what, Oh my god, she's got a flower. Kind of like what Olga said. And you kind of look like Olga.
Yes, I know. Just as I know what you did 10 years ago.
There's no real Olga connection.
Kill me like you killed her. Kill me like you killed the boss. Kill me!
What exactly do you...
Come on, Snake. Or should I say Big Boss? That filthy title given you as reward for murder.
Strangelove kind of rules
You still
also.
wear it with pride.
She's another character that rules in this game and is not going to be treated very well in the
You
future.
brought despair to good soldiers
And that's kind of why this game hurts a little bit to play, because, man, everyone who rules in this sucks the next time they show up.
Loyalty. Answer me.
Not even in, like, a meaningful way. In, like, a just, oh, that sucks. Hey, it's the boss.
America. She stole a Davy Crockett and then defected to the other side.
We know that's not true.
She used an American nuclear weapon to attack Soviet territory. The only way for Washington to prove its innocence to Moscow was to eliminate the traitor themselves.
Why are you saying this, Snake?
The boss's death was the only thing that could have prevented all-out nuclear war.
Why are you saying the cover
Is that
story?
what you call the truth?
Yeah, she's calling us out on our
It's
bullshit.
the truth as it was told to me.
Yeah.
So the truth is that you sullied the reputation of your mentor, the woman you loved most in this world, before you buried her.
Strangelove's voice is great,
was
too.
my
Oh my
mission.
god.
Huh. So that's the conclusion you came to in order to live with yourself.
What's the boss to you?
I'm the one she abandoned when she left this world. I won't rest until I get answers from the woman I loved. You and I are the same. We are the walking dead.
And her
Would you like
performance
to
is so
meet
good.
her?
The boss is gone.
Not so fast. You'd like to meet her, wouldn't you? I can arrange it. You took her life. I gave it back.
What?
You what?
Care for a sniff?
I wouldn't do that.
It's only snuff. You're a cigar man, aren't you? Well, there's no smoking in there, so if you want to...
I wouldn't do that.
Partake now.
Like, you would think a spy would be smart enough to be like, you know, that could be anything.
Follow me.
That could literally be anything. That could have been just like
Is my
poison,
baby,
man.
My morpho butterfly.
Kind of an idiot for that
It's
snake.
neither
Anyway.
pupa nor cocoon, but an imago.
Oh boy, I hope it's okay to play this
In the full
song.
sense of the word. Is someone there?
Boss.
We have a visitor. I'll introduce.
No, I'm not gonna play. They play this song during the credits. Hey, we're gonna also replace that later on. But anyway,
I can reduce you to carbon at the press of a button.
how can you do that, Strangelove?
A man. A warfighter.
Boss. Is that you?
I do like this.
I call it the mammal pod.
Mammalpod.
For my participation on the project.
As a way to just completely fuck with Snake. Like, it makes no sense that it's happening in 1974. But it's kinda cool.
Records, physiological data, correspondence.
It's
The
gonna get a lot
files from the
dumber, but
operation she
it's a
took
neat
part in.
idea.
Every decision she ever made at every possible turn. What she took and what was taken from her. Her pain and her pleasure. Her joy and sorrow.
Oh,
Her life
pain, joy,
and death.
sorrow. You get it?
Yes, even you.
Why would you do that?
Coldman sought an MAD-based AI that would deliver an effective retaliatory strike against the most...
I see what you said there. Well, then, let's not get to that yet. We'll get to it. Again, I'm doing my best to ignore
capable of making the decision
future games, and I'm just gonna say, vaguely, that, yes, hey, I hope you like Strangelove in this game, because she's not gonna continue to be cool.
programmed to inflict swift, sure, and utter annihilation.
See, that's why we gotta make the boss was the coolest ever.
On himself to come up
So we're gonna make an AI based on her
He said he needed the
and
whole
make it in charge of the
very
nukes
finest rational
because she's the most rational, perfect woman ever
past and
and always makes the right decision. So we gotta make the nuke robot patterned after her brain.
Request for everything they had on the boss.
It was the logical thing to do.
That makes enough sense for a plot. That makes enough sense. Again, weird that it's happening in 1974,
Oh, here.
To clear her
but,
name.
you know.
Why was a legendary hero forced to betray her country? Why was she targeted for assassination by you? Her most
Well,
beloved
as
disciple?
Gene told
I have
us
no use for
in
fabrications.
Portable Ops, the whole thing was
I
set
want
up by
truth.
one guy.
His last will
So if we could find that guy.
to know yourself.
No. She abandoned her country. Abandoned us all.
Really? You think you understand her feelings?
You're...
So Snake being really bad at lying to people, I guess is thematically appropriate given this, where he's also terrible at lying to himself.
What? Jack? Boss. Jack? Boss.
Where it's like, you know
Jack!
what happens, dude.
I'm not your boss anymore. Boss. Go home! No,
Complete your mission, Snake. Extinguish that noble soul once again, if you can.
Clang. Oh, your commentary is very funny there. That's very funny. I'm not gonna read that one out loud, but that's pretty funny. I'm trying to keep some immersion, man. Hey, listen. It's this speech.
Go home. I'm not your boss anymore. Go home.
This is pretty cool. This is a cool scene. I feel like this is something that should have happened in MGS4, maybe? If one of the AIs was based on the boss, and maybe that's how Snake learned about stuff. You'd better stay in line from now on, huh? I don't know. Again, it feels like there are some things here that were meant to be in MGS4 plot-wise and, like, concept-wise. Even the fact that, like, we're destroying this AI.
This response. Oh God.
It's neat, though. It's neat. I just don't love... Even if this happened, like, in 84 instead... Like, I feel like this technology is just absurd for this point in the franchise. When, again, like, what we should be dealing with is the fallout of Les Enfants Terribles. I'm not going to stop talking about it. Hey, shut the fuck up, because I love this scene. And this artwork fucking rules. This is, like, my favorite... This might be one of my favorite Metal Gear cutscenes.
Techniques, sure.
Also, it's a quick time event. Because it's this scene and this speech, but we're getting it together as one moment, and it's like, what if Snake Eater was like the coolest manga you've ever seen? I fucking love it. It's so rad. They look awesome.
There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
So I think this is something the boss says to us really early on in the game. So it's interesting that this version... Oops!
There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty
It's interesting that this version
Do you
of
know
it,
what it means?
this speech takes place here.
Patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I think there's no real... punishment other than just having to redo it.
As long as we have loyalty to the end.
It's weird that there's quick time events, though. That's...
Anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think.
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the
Yeah, I think this is... I pressed the wrong button. It's hard to read those. D-pads... I never know if they want me to look at the outline or the not outline button, so I'm kind of pressing the wrong one. Sorry about that. I'm ruining, like, one of my favorite scenes. It's okay. I do that in every game. Why am I making a big deal of it now? Oh. No, it's the Krauser knife fight all over again. Is missing the part where Snake just used the handkerchief in the Sig spray? Yeah, a little bit. So it's... Oh, that time it was R1, it was triangle before. Look, they're messing with me now.
There's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
Oh, man. Quick time events. Was it R1 before for that one? It's triangle, left R1? Yeah, I guess that's what it is every time.
That's the way a soldier's supposed to think.
The only thing we can believe in.
I think we get to see this again without the quick time events. But I do like that it kind of represents doing like CQC inputs.
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Jack, you can't come with us.
And of course, she said that at a completely different time. So yeah, it's just kind of like a weird memory sequence. I don't know, I really like it though. I love the artwork, I love the presentation. I'm not the biggest fan of QuickTime events, but I still like it. I like Snake Eater if you couldn't figure that one out. And I like revisiting Snake Eater if you couldn't figure that one out. I think that's a cool way to do it. Also, look, it's the flower, the Star of Bethlehem flower. We're in a field of it. Again. In front of the Mayan temple for some reason. Hey, look, it's the space helicopter. Oh, look at that anachronism on it that pisses me off. I think justifiably so. That's a railgun. Now, it doesn't fire nuclear warheads, but it is a railgun about the size of the one that's on Rex. And if you remember Metal Gear Solid 1, unlike, I think, certain writers of Peace Walker here who didn't remember Metal Gear Solid 1, you would know that the railgun was a big deal because it wasn't until it was miniaturized very recently, a joint venture between ArmsTech and, as he says, Rivermore National Labs, we got an A rank. Could they miniaturize the railgun enough to put it on a Metal Gear? And then, even though Otacon knew the railgun was there, he didn't know it was going to fire a nuke. So, it irritates me that this thing has a railgun, but whatever. Whatever. Like I said, mixed bag. Look how many things this section here I really liked, but then also kind of was very upset about. Man, Peace Walker, what a video game, huh? Can't wait till we get to the Nana Mizuki song.